So I love that. Napoleon Hill is one of my mentors, right? And one of the people you will see behind me, when I talk. Like I said, when I talk, Howard, I also know one people that are standing behind me when I talk. People I've gleaned from, people I've learned from. And Napoleon Hill is one of those, right? He says there's one quality that one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose, right? If you don't have a definite purpose, the reason why you're doing something, you'll be distracted. You'll be carried away by what other people are doing. Napoleon says there is one attribute you must possess. You must be definite about your purpose, because when you know your purpose, right, and you have and you also have a burning desire to possess it, you almost guaranteed success, right? So if you're going to win, you must be definite about the reason why you do what you do, and then you give your whole to it. It will make a difference in your life. Permit me to take 2 seconds to you. Welcome, Kevin. Kevin, how are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well done. All right. We have 2 more slides to go. You're welcome. All right. So talking about purpose here is when you're clear on your life purpose, you'll be dedicated to fulfilling it. Right. If you're clear on the reason why you're doing something, then it's easy to fulfill it, because you can see a picture. What you are clear on, you can see a picture of it, and it becomes your vision, what you're seeing. And what you see, you are attracted towards. You are drawn to what you see, right? What you see becomes bigger to you. You are drawn to it. It's called the law of attraction, right? You're drawn to what you see. So if your vision is visible, it's clear, you are drawn to it. You're drawn to it by a force. We call the force of the universe, or the force of nature, right? Which means that ideas, resources, human, monetarily, everything will come to you to make it happen, right? When you're looking at it, there's an attraction, and that attraction is enabled by the force of nature. You will provide the resource to bring you to it, right? So when you have a clarity of purpose, you as the way you turn a key in the universe for the resources that are needed to make it happen, right? So when you're committed leads to determination, which leads to success, right? So those are just quotes there also from Bethany. If you promote the things that make your business stand out, then you bring people towards you. When the goal matters enough to a person, that person will find a way to accomplish it, right? Yeah. So let me give 2 seconds there. So Kevin, are you clear? Do you have a purpose for your life? Do you know your purpose for your life as a whole? You have a purpose for who you are.
Yes, to some extent, I do. But one thing I keep discovering is that as I go, I tend to get a broader perspective.
Absolutely. You have to start from somewhere. God doesn't even work with you telling you everything that he wants to do with you. He tells you enough that you can handle at each point in time, right? And as you're faithful in one, it gives you a better, bigger picture. It's your faithfulness that opens the next page, right? So your life is a book. You only know so many pages about that book. There are a lot of pages that you don't know, but you will not get to other pages if you're not faithful in the one you are in right now. Your faithfulness in what you are in right now is what opens the next page, right? His faithfulness in this page will open the next page. If you're not faithful here, you'll be on that page maybe for the rest of your life, right? Because there's no opening for another page until you have passed the exam on this page, right? So yeah, the important thing is to have one, not to have a perfect one. You have one to start with, and it only gets better as you're committed to it, right? So I don't know if you got the part I was talking about, what the vision and mission is for us as a farm, So what do you think is the reason why we're into farming?
Okay. I was not there when you were saying that. But from the question, from the little I've been able to understand, yes, apart from a business venture as making profit, it's also to improve and impact the life of persons around the communities. That's what I understand as the mission for the business and the farm so far.
Well, you got it. It was like you were here when I was saying it. Exactly what I said.
I was
Yeah.
not here, but
I know. I'm just saying that, yeah, you're right on the money. Exactly what it is. It's making money. Money itself is useless. You don't eat money. Money is useless on its own. It's what money can do that's important. We don't make money for money. We make money for what money can do. If you don't define well what you want that money to do, you'll become vain around it. It will not make you happy. You won't have a good success. You can make all the money in the world, but you will not be happy. Right? Joy, happiness comes from what money can do and what money does, not money itself. So that's why a lot of these government people are stealing money, because they have no clue about what they don't have any vision. They have any mission. All they know is they want to accumulate. So much they go and bury it, because they have no clue what the power of money or the essence of money is. Money is useless. You can't eat money. Money is only good for what it can do, not money itself, right? So that's why we set a vision that to improve lives, right? To make lives better, to leave an impact in the life of people, starting from our operating community or communities, to also impacting people in other places. That's why we have an NGO, right? It's for that intent. So we're making money for that purpose, and that's why we make the kind of decisions that we make. That's why we do the kind of projects that we do, because we don't see ourselves as small farmers. Don't see ourselves as just making little money. We're seeing ourselves as making enough money to make a difference in people's lives, so keep that at the back of your mind. That would help you understand some of the decisions I make. They sometimes you might not understand them, but if you look at them in the light of that, it will help you understand, right? Yeah, so going to the last slide here, just talking about a bit of all what we have said so far also, is the fact that when you know your purpose and you know the reason why you're doing what you're doing, when you know the vision, the mission, it helps you to make decisions. When things are missed, that will drive the way you make your decisions. It will tell you the things you can do, the things you cannot do, the things you should do, the things you should not do, right? So that's what we're not like every other person, right? So if some people are doing things this way, we might not necessarily do it that way, because we have a vision, we have a mission, we have a reason why we do what we're doing. So we'll only do it that way if it aligns with our vision, our mission, our purpose, our intent, right? So I'm trying to think of an example here, but not is readily coming to mind, but that helps us in making decisions. Example, we're trying to plant pineapple here. We're here for the long term. We're not here for just what we plant today, reap 3 months. Now, we're here for a very long time. So we're putting a footprint there for a long time. So that affects the way we make decisions, our investment plan. We're not here just for the short term. We're here for the long term, right? Indefinite long term, So that's why we can talk about doing pineapple that would harvest in 2-3 years. Talk about palm kernel that would take so long. As much as we do the ones that are short term also, right? So we're here to make money for the intent of changing lives, right? So, and we're not here looking for small money. To be able to do what we're trying to do, we need big money, We do understand that the immediate market we have right now won't help us in that venture, but that is only a challenge for now. So we do have a plan to be able to go to the right markets to make a difference, right? So it's all in the plan. It's putting what you want with the reality on ground also. It's all part of the plan. Any question for me on all that?
Not really. I think one of the points that stands out in not just doing what others do, like you mentioned, for the consideration of the impact on the community is also very important. Okay, I don't know if I could share. It's the decision of the feeling, the topography of the ground, the nature of the ground for the place, the site, the poultry farm. It's very slopey, and one of the advice for some persons was that we get a piece of land and dig the feeding, the laterites in using to feed instead of spending that much in the purchase of laterite. So when I put up the suggestion to you, the first thing you said was the impact on the community itself, not just seeing the escape way out of not spending that amount of money. What is that depth of, because digging deep into the ground to get laterite is going to cause a way of a hollow ground in that place. So you are looking at the impact of that particular place, spot, on the community, not just looking at it as a way of reducing the expense you're going to make. So that's really one of the pictures that really changed my perspective, or I kept looking at. It's really changed my orientation on things. That's why it stood out, and I can mention that now.
Great. Yeah. We have to be guided by that. And that's also, that's why that's important, having a mission, a vision. We could easily take the shortcut and bought land and evacuate all of that and get quick money. But we lose nature's support. We lose God's support. God will not back something that is not done out of love. God will not back something that is done out of fear, right? So as much as we want to do this, being Christians that we are also, we want to do it in a way that brings reverence to God, whereas it were in God's stead, right? So we want the support of heaven. We want the support of nature. We want the support of the universe. And there are laws that are in place that makes that possible. So when we key into those laws, they work for us. When we do things out of fear and we go against those laws, they're going to go against us. So yeah. Just to add to what you said, you get that?
Yes, I get it, sir.
All right, that's all I have for today. I'm done.